Hi everybody, and welcome to our week number 4 Twitch live stream. Oh, let me turn that a little bit here. It's like something was blocked. Hold on. There we go. It was just my camera lens. But I hope everyone is doing well, enjoying your summer. It's week number 4, and I wanted to check in with all of you. We'll go over a couple of things for this week. We have our exam. I'll give you the extra credit opportunity, and then we'll of course see if you do have any questions for me. We have 4th of July coming up on Friday. If you celebrate the 4th of July, it's coming up. So very exciting, all of that. I hope everyone can hear and see me okay. Can someone let me know in the chat if everything is coming through okay with like a yes or a thumbs up or something to that extent? Oh, wait just a second to make sure. Okay, great. Yay, great. Thank you so much. I'm so glad. I thought it was such a pretty night outside. I was like, I'll go sit outside. So, again, we're in week number 4. So, after we finish this week, we will be halfway through our 8-week class. I cannot believe it's already July, July 2nd. It's so hard to believe. Feels like the summer's going very quickly. But let's go over to Canvas together. I want to be mindful of your time. And if you look again, we are right here in week number 4. So we're in weeks 3 and 4. Everything from week 3 and 4 is due by this Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. So if you haven't done week number 3, make sure you do work on that. We spent some time talking about it last week, right? So week number 3 was looking at consciousness and learning and discussions 5 and 6, plus that little self-assessment. This week we're looking at chapters 7 and 8, so memory and cognition. And then you have discussion 7 and 8 and exam number 2. So we'll spend a few minutes talking about those things. And of course, if you have any questions at any point, please feel free to put them in the chat. So we're looking at memory and cognition. And as always, you want to do 3 things for every chapter. Read the chapter in the ebook, read through the lecture, and watch the lecture video. And those 3 things together will really help you to understand everything and hopefully, be in a good spot with all the materials. Once you've done that with both chapters, you can work on discussion 7 and 8. So let's look at discussion 7 together. And as always, when you open it, you'll have my instructions at the top, followed by my video. This one is all about memory. And if you were taking this with me in person, you would have to memorize this in person as like a little quiz. Luckily for you, this is online, so you don't have to do that. But what I want you to do is watch my video, and I'm going to give you a 28-digit sequence of letters and numbers. And I'll share with you how I remembered it, how I memorized it personally. And then what you're going to answer is if you needed to hold on to this 28-digit sequence in order, and you had no way of writing it down or recording it, you had to rely solely on your memory, how could you hold on to it for a matter of seconds? And then how would you hold on to it for several days? And as I wrote right here, a hint for you, they should be different methods. So I'm looking for you to give me what would be the most appropriate way to hold on to it for a matter of seconds, and what would be the best way to hold on to it like forever or for at least a matter of days. Make sure you really give me your specific methods. If you come up with a story, what's the story? If you make a rhyme, what is the rhyme? If you chunk it, how did you break it up? Make sure that you are really like elaborating in what you would do, but describe how you would hold on to it for seconds versus days. Then you're going to describe in detail 2 specific strategies that you would use to remember materials for an exam. And then do you have any personal tips for memory that you would like to share? What are some strategies that you tend to use in your personal life to help you remember important information? So you'll hit reply when you're ready. And then of course, don't forget to also reply to a classmate to get those 2 points. And so that is discussion number 7. I look forward to what you come up with. Oftentimes people create little stories or rhymes or even put the sequence to a song, whatever works for you, whatever your thoughts are. For discussion 8, this one is related to cognition. And again, as always, you have my instructions followed by my video. And then this one is all about like intelligence, right? So in your own words, how do you define intelligence? You can give me a definition. You could describe some attributes or behaviors that you think of with intelligent people. What are some things you can do to increase your intelligence? And then this is the one that's worth the most points. The book and the lecture, I talked about 3 things in order for something to be considered like a good test. of intelligence. So what are those three things? Describe them, define them. You could give me examples if that helps you, but really go into some detail about describing them, and then how can we relate those, obviously, right, to what we're talking about. So make sure you really describe those elements of a good intelligence test. Don't forget to also hit reply to a classmate to get those 2 points. So in those ways, kind of like a typical week, we have our 2 chapters to read and then our 2 discussions. Because it's an even week, we also have an exam. So this week is exam number 2, which you can click on here. Of course, you're taking it on the ebook site. Whoops, was getting tired of waiting for me. Up where it says exams up here, same instructions and formatting and everything as the previous one. You also have a study guide here on Canvas. So if you click on the study guide, you'll see this one is on chapter 5, 6, 7, and 8. So just everything from last week and this week. So if it's on here, make sure you know it. Make sure you can answer questions about it. If it's not on here, you don't need to worry about it at all. So these are the terms to know. And again, if it were me, I would probably write or type these out. I'd have it in front of me. And that way, if I couldn't remember something, it's right there and I can easily find it rather than trying to like search through the book or search through the lecture and using up some of that valuable time. So a couple of things with the exam, just like the last one, you have 75 minutes. You have 1 attempt, so make sure that you're ready and organized before you begin. And what I mean by that, just like last time, make sure you've studied and prepared. You know all the terms on the study guide. You could answer questions about them. Again, if it were me, I would have it in front of me just so I could reference it if I needed it. Make sure you have 75 minutes to spare. You have good internet, a quiet place to take the exam. All of those things are going to set you up for success. Ideally, you don't wait till Sunday night to take it as well. It seems like the second you wait till Sunday night, the internet goes out, like your power goes out, something will come up. So just make sure that you set yourself up as best as you can to be successful. And as always, if something does come up during the rest of the week, you can always reach out to me. As long as you do so before the deadline, I'm more than willing to work with you and give you an extension. But after the deadline, it will be too late. So just please keep that in mind. But it is the same style and format where it's mainly multiple choice, true, false, and matching. No diagrams on this one, so that's kind of nice, a little easier that way. But definitely prepare, use the study guide. That's going to be really, really helpful for you. Same number of questions and so on. And the people who've taken it so far have done really well. So if you did well on the last exam, kind of approach this one in the same way. If you wish you had done better, maybe work on the study guide a little more, make flashcards. Remember as well, if you go to the ebook site, there are some additional resources up here, and you may or may not find them helpful, but one of them that is here are flashcards, right? So there's these little like test yourself activities. There's some little flashcards, like if you want to review. So those might be things that are helpful for you if you want. They are there. But the study guide is probably your best bet for preparing and making sure that you're ready to go. Okay. Are there any questions at all for me at the moment? Anything about the 2 discussions or the exam before I give you some reminders and talk about the extra credit? Just to make sure. And if you think of anything, please feel free to put it in the chat. I already typed this up, so I'm going to put it in the chat. If you could take a moment to just double check your subscription status, make sure that you still have the little football cake next to your name. Some of you have the football cake. If you don't see it, then you still have that one step to do. Remember, it's only good for 30 days, that free subscription, so you might need to renew it once or twice since our class is kind of 8 weeks, 2 months or so. But if you could double check that, I would really appreciate it. The other thing, let me just bring up my calendar here. I'm going to put this in the chat. Our next Twitch live stream will be on Wednesday, July 9th at 7 o'clock p.m. Okay, so I put that in the chat that our next live stream will be next Wednesday night at 7, sticking with that same time and day to hopefully help with consistency. It was a little rough tonight because I don't know if any of you are soccer fans, but I've been watching all the soccer games like the Gold Cup and the Club Cup. So we were watching the United States play Guatemala earlier. Now it's like Mexico and Honduras started at 7. So I don't know if any of you are soccer fans, but I've been enjoying the soccer while I wait for my favorite kind of football, to come back in the fall. But definitely a busy week, and I hope you're all hanging in there. Oh, let me give you the extra credit really quickly as well before we're done for tonight. So this is the week number 4 Twitch extra credit. I'm going to put it here in the chat, and then I'll show you where to answer it. What does it mean that our short-term memory can hold 7 plus or minus 2 pieces of information? What does it mean that our short-term memory can hold 7 plus or minus 2 pieces of information? So when you're ready, you can go back to Canvas. And since we're in week 4, you'll click on optional Twitch extra credit number 4 right here. And then up at the top, you can click on start assignment. And that brings up the box where you can type your response. And then when you're done, go ahead and hit submit, right? And you'll get your confetti burst and little flames. My kids were watching Elemental earlier, so that reminds me of the little elements from that. But you can answer this at any time before Sunday night. Remember that these points will just get added to your overall grade. Definitely nice to have a couple of extra bonus points to make up for missed points wherever else. So I hope you take advantage of that opportunity. So big things, if you haven't done week number 3, obviously make sure you get that done. We're in week 4, so make sure you get those things done as well. Everything from weeks 3 and 4 due by this Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Okay, so I think that's everything that I had for all of you. Short and sweet, about 15 minutes or so. I will hang out for a few minutes. If you do have any questions for me, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, you are more than welcome to take off and get going on everything, and or just enjoy the extra time. Are you able? Yes. So if you already submitted something, you can delete your submission, or you could just do another one. And if you do more than one, I will read them both and grade, obviously, like together in a sense. So if you already did something, you can always delete it, or you can just add more. Either one would be totally fine. Okay. So again, oh, let's see what's say on July 4th I can sub. I usually log in and pick it right on, right. And ideally, again, this should be free for you, but I know that it's I don't know. I'm mixed on this platform. I don't know if all of you like it or not. Felt like it would be more fun than just Zoom. It's a little more like pop culture, but it's also a little more complicated. So pluses and minuses. It's kind of hard to say. But again, I hope you all have a wonderful day as well. Thank you too. I'm going to put that in the chat. Thank you all as well for joining me. I think it's more fun too. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad. I'll take it. For now, anyway. I'm sure there'll be a new platform that comes up at some point. But for now, it feels good. So, anyway, thank you. I'm going to minimize my video, but I will hang out for a few more minutes. If you need anything, or if you think of something later in the week, you can obviously email me. Otherwise, have a wonderful. I'll put this in the chat. Have a wonderful night. And I'll hope to see you all next week for our next live stream. And I am still here for a few more minutes. If you do have any questions, please feel free to put them in there. And I am still here just as a reminder. But again, if you think of anything, you can always email me later. And I'll hang out for another minute or so, and then I'll wrap it up so I can post the recording before my next class at 8 o'clock.